What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And excuse me. With that being said, man, I want to speak on a recent broadcast that Shannon Sharpe on his nightcap show. Shannon Sharpe was talking with Chad Ochocinco, and he was talking with Joe Johnson. And Shannon Sharpe was talking about Michael Jordan. And so it just like now the conversation about Michael Jordan coming from Shannon Sharpe just sounds a whole lot different than it did before Michael Jordan, it was announced that Michael Jordan was coming back to NBC next fall, right? So now, all of a sudden, Shannon Sharpe has this highest respect and painting Michael Jordan in a light that he never even did for LeBron James. And I'm gonna play the audio of Shannon Sharpe, but the same kind of praise and accolades that he just dished out for Michael Jordan, he never dished this out for LeBron James. And so, in my opinion, if LeBron James is the GOAT, in his opinion, then why wouldn't he pay LeBron James the same respect or the same praise? And so, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play the audio from Shannon Sharpe talking about Michael Jordan and what it's like to be in Michael Jordan's presence.
Shannon here.
He different. I mean, if you've never been around him, he talk ish about everything. I'm talking about from what you got on. He playing cards. I mean, there ain't nothing that he ain't talking ish about. And he want to gamble on everything. How long does it get from point A to point B? Man, come on, dude. I'm just here, man. Hey, how y'all doing? How everybody doing? Man, I ain't coming to bet no money, man. Hey, he's a very, like I said, I mean, seeing him on television don't do him justice. Yeah. You got to see him in person to get a sense and a feel of who and what this man is. I never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's different, bro. It's different. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I had the pleasure to be around him on numerous occasions, and I just kind of sat back and watched. I didn't ask a lot of questions, Uncle Ocho. Like, we had things we would do in the summer, whether it was Brand Jordan athletes taking vacations together, or us just meeting up, hanging out. And every time, bro, I would just be like, just watching. Just trying to pick up any and everything, because as he's talking, he's giving game at the same time. He take us out to eat, and we sit there and we talk, and he'll tell you, hey, look, man, all you gotta do is average 5 to 6 points a quarter, man. That's 24 points a game. Like, it ain't easy. I mean, it ain't hard. We make the game hard, but he broke it down to a science, and had the work ethic to prove it. But yeah,
does he seem real?
No, it really didn't a lot of times, because Uncle Ocho, that's who, as a kid, I grew up watching all them Bulls games. Like I said, they played on WGN or something like that. And I know we had that channel. They was on almost every night. So for me, he was like a hero, bro. It's like he wasn't even real. So to get the opportunity to rep the Jordan brand and be a part, or to be in that circle, like that was I can't even describe it, bro. We had such a great time. But yeah, he didn't seem real. He didn't seem real.
He doesn't. Ocho, listen, I've talked to Denzel face to face, had a conversation. Samuel Jackson, Oprah. I saw Victoria, David Beckham. I mean, I've seen some of the biggest stars in the world. I've never seen anybody. It's like he levitating. I'm like, he don't, Ocho, man, this man glowing. You remember how Bruce Leroy, how he was glowing?
Showing up,
how he was glowing? Yes, I swear. And I'm not going to be blasphemous, but boy, if you ever met him, Ocho, if you think about it, every athlete that ever meet him says the exact same thing about him. So I thought it was just me. I was like, well, you know, hey, I'm in the league. I made a couple of Pro Bowls. I'm an All Pro. I'm a pretty good player. So I say, well, you know, man, I'm starstruck. But then I hear people that's Hall of Famers and won championships feel the exact same way. I said, okay, it ain't no bull jive. No, he for real. I mean, and like I said, he different. Cause I'm saying, you know, you think he gonna be like, hey man, how you doing? Bro, you just met me. You talking ish from the door. Bro, you know what I'm saying? You ain't expecting that.
That's him.
Yeah.
I'm from the get.
Yeah.
I said, oh my goodness. But like, you gotta. I've never met Tiger. So I don't know how that'll be, but I can't imagine it'll be. The only thing I probably could compare it to would probably be the other MJ, the OG MJ, Michael Jackson. That's probably the only thing that I can compare it to, because Mike was the only one that people pay all that money to go to the concert and don't watch it because they paying it. The man come out there and just stand, and people just fainting.
Yeah, it was different.
So okay, so you kind of get the idea of you know, you heard what Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco and Chad and Joe Johnson was saying, and I agree with Shannon Sharpe, right? That you know, like he's not the only athlete that feels that way about Mike, right? But that's not what he was saying, you know, like that's not the kind of number one praise that he was giving to LeBron James. So if LeBron James is in his opinion the GOAT, then why don't he pay that same type of praise to LeBron James, number one, right? And I don't think that Shannon Sharpe is going to be the last of those guys who was tooting LeBron James horn. I don't think he's gonna be the last one to backpedal on like his strong stance as far as like who's the GOAT. Because you know, like I said in previous videos, once Mike come back and Mike start talking basketball, and Mike had the same type of you know, he get the same type of response that he did when he did that documentary, like the last dance. You know, people was glued to the TV just to see, you know, Mike talk about his time when they played for the Chicago Bulls that last season. And you're gonna have so many players, guys who are really, really respected, you know, just watching, you know, just hanging on every word that Mike say. And so if you're not completely honest about the situation and who is the GOAT, you really gonna lose credibility. Like to me, I already thought that people like Nick Wright and Shannon Sharpe lost their credibility because they were just saying they had like their points of view was like baseless. Like you couldn't argue with them because their points of view really didn't make any sense. You know, and because they would tell you one thing when your eyes were seeing something else. You know, you didn't see GOAT when you looked at LeBron James, but they, you know, they were just saying it. They made all type of excuses. And like I said, these guys who are really you know, who was on that LeBron James wagon, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna start having to backpedal because it's just gonna be too many people going up against them, number one, to contradict what they saying. Number two, like the facts then they're not gonna have any facts to back up what they saying. So if you want to argue or debate that LeBron James is the GOAT, then at least come with some facts. Don't just, you know, you just can't stand up there and say, well, because I say so, you're gonna look really, really silly. And so these guys, they're gonna have to really back up their stance or back off of their stance that LeBron James is the GOAT. And yeah, man. I mean, he gave compliments to Michael Jordan just now in that clip that I just played, that audio I just played, that he never, you know, he never spoke about LeBron James, you know, in those terms. Talking about you know, Mike levitated. you know, the only person that he ever really thought that, you know, had that type of aura probably would be Michael Jackson. You know, he never spoke about LeBron James in those terms. And so for him, it's not, like I said, it's not a coincidence that right after Michael Jordan, you know, people announced that Michael Jordan is coming back to NBC. Now all of a sudden, you know, he talking about how Michael Jordan levitates and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm not surprised. I think that, you know, like some people said that his opinion, Shannon Sharpe's opinion, was for sale, you know, and I've heard people say that. And so I don't know, it's looking like it was, because now he's backing off of, in my opinion, I think he's backpedaling. You know, if LeBron James was that dude, then you would, you know, you would been in awe of LeBron James. If he the greatest, why wouldn't you pay him that same type of respect that you just paid to Mike? And so yeah, that's my take on it. I just think that they you know, like Shannon Sharpe is going to be the first in a long line of people that's just really going to backpedal off of their stance of who really is the GOAT, because Mike Gray come out, and Mike not even really, probably not even going to get into that GOAT conversation. But what he is going to do is he's going to tell, you know, he's going to explain how the game should be played. And if he's not, you know, he's not going to talk about if 8 other guys on the team, on the floor. He's not going to say stuff like, you know, it's only a game and all that other stuff. You know, he's going to be straight up with how the game should be played, you know, and that's going to totally contradict LeBron and anybody who is, you know, who is on LeBron's bandwagon. You know, you can't back that stuff up that LeBron just be saying. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Mike Jordan come back, you know, come back and talk about basketball. You see the amount of attention he's getting now, and they just announcing he's not even back yet. They're saying he's coming back, and you would have thought that, you know, he got his uniform back and he could start playing again. But you know, that's the thing. So that's it. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next episode. Peace.